There we go. Now I can shield across everything. Freedom. I think we can be. Alright, and I'm gonna go from there. Hold my thing again. Having technical difficulties. That's it. My night off isn't until tomorrow. Hey, Death, what is up? Alright, I am back. And I'm good to go. For the most part. So, we're gonna recharge a little bit of this. It's already full recharge, so we're gonna eat this. Back at it again. Tomorrow's my day off. That's when I get the rest. Thursday and Sunday. So, I did a little work off stream to try and get everything charged up and get it looking nice, and we're going to start to complete a lot of this build. But that's the main plan, is to finish this build, try and get it as best I can completely finished, and then get it, you know, able to get charged up and everything. I split my days off because I want to have family game night and I want to rest on Sunday. That is why I split my days off. Alright, so we're going to put thruster there, 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 there. There, there. Now, I might change quite a few things about this eventually, but for now, there's going to be quite a few things I'm going to be trying to do. So, we're going to need a conveyor junctions, and the connector. Boom. Just like that. And I don't got any interior plates. So we're going to come over here and we're going to grab that. And see how many interior plates there are. You were talking just about doing some videos. What? That almost looks like a anime username. So we're going to do that. Should y'all play game when you plan to roll these out? I plan on recording the first episode tomorrow off stream. That way I'll have the chance to be able to record it at my leisure, as it were. So yeah, that's my plan for that. Alright, let's grab what we need to finish off these catwalks here. We're going to grab one for there, and I believe that's it for the catwalks. I did add in gyroscopes because this ship's going to need gyroscopes no matter what anybody tells you. Gyroscopes, a lot of them, all the time. You don't want to get caught without them. So we're going to do two of those, and we're going to add them to the build. If my thing is going to want to work. Thanks, baby. There we go. Finally, it just took for so freaking long. Now, I have a few people in my faction. I think this one's the only one that'll ever come back. Possibly. Okay, so when it comes to those videos, I'm going to live stream this world because, you know what, I find it fun. And I'm also going to make the videos outside of my live stream. So, Thursdays, they're going to be game nights, so I'll spend the evening with my family, my friends, playing board games. More like that, I believe we're going to be playing Catan tomorrow, learning that new game. But I'm also going to spend possibly the earlier that day working on a video, getting it all worked out and ready to go. That is my plan. And I'm actually curious about how quickly this machine is, you know. Why aren't you doing that? Fuck's sake, what blew up this time? Okay, so that stuff's successfully put in. Yeah, it'll take a little while for that stuff to get done that way. I'll repair this because, fuck's sake. Yeah, yeah, it's still present. That's the reason why I put the stream name is It's a Bird, It's a Ship, It's a Boom! Because it's still gonna be present from yesterday. I just know it. So I'm going to spend some time making all this look all nice and neat and pretty and repaired. And yeah. And I did go ahead yesterday and I finished out building the point defense turrets. No, do not say it again. Do not say it again. I also built an antenna and ore detector tower for this base. Sadly, the ore detector type 2s, even though they're cool because they spin, their reach only goes 150 meters compared to a larger one, regular one, which goes up to 500 to 1,000. So it kind of sucks, but you know what? It works and it's cool. I think the middle button for my mouse is starting to get tired. Nah, it's good. So, we're going to continue on building the interior, finishing this out, mining a shit ton of materials and ice, and we're going to continue building the base, and more likely we'll be able to go up into space as well. That is the plan that I have. Now, this thing will be connected from the rear, which means I'm going to have to build a different landing port for this thing. Because it's going to take quite a bit of different stuff in order for it to be connected. Because if I try and connect to here, yet this is not far enough off the ground. I'm going to have to connect it to something like this little building here, or I'm going to have to build up and out and connect it. For now, that'll be a problem for later. I'll just continue having the wind turbines and the solar panels recharge batteries, and I'll dig out the mice by hand. The mice, Yes, there are now mice in Space Engineers, everybody. And I'm going to dig them out of the earth by hand because it's so much fun. Okay, but I'm going to dig the ice by hand so that the hydrogen tanks and engines will be completely full. Now, this is the largest ship I've ever built. Ever. It looks pretty cool, but it also looks a little chunky. I like it, but also same time I don't. The pros and cons of the two different build styles, like building a higher up landing pad, or what kind of build styles are you talking about? Because it's more or less just like two different systems, more or less. Is what I'm having to contend with here. Because, and especially since if I can get enough ice to hydrogen, I can fly it over there and probably connect the drill into one of the conveyors and just drill down. And it'll collect all of it. Okay, so the pros and cons. The pros would be that it would garner more space. I'd have to build this out and take down that tree, which I was hoping I wouldn't have to because I don't like destroying the natural order of things, but I can. And I'd have to build the connectors up so that it will connect and stay connected in order to charge up everything. The cons is it will take a lot longer to go into space that way. But if I mine the ice with the miner and I transport it here and continuously place it into this, it would be faster. But only for the hydrogen, not for the electricity. I would still need to charge the batteries up, and right now the batteries do not have that much charge. I'll go in here and show you. Go down to these batteries, and the batteries right now are saying it's going to take 12 hours for them to charge. Their current output is 11.5, but if I just do this and I hit recharge, it's still going to only be 12 hours. They're only getting input of 294.39 kilowatts every second or so. So it's going to take a while for them to recharge this way. And it's also the reason why I have the jump drive off, because it's going to take up so much energy. Which reminds me, I actually need to build more batteries, believe it or not. This ship is going to need a shit ton of batteries just to keep going like I want it to. So, we're going to go with the warfare batteries again. This time, they're going to be both on the side like that and inside. So we're gonna do 6 more. Yes, I don't have fusion power yet. I was actually planning. I have a mod installed that gives me an X20 arc reactor here, but I don't know what it does. That's the bad thing. I have no clue if it runs on uranium or what it does. So I'm actually tempted to plug it into the system and see what happens. Like, I very much want to just plug it in here and see what it does, because I have no clue what it will do. It also means that I'm going to have to make quite a bit of space for it. Now, on the other note, yesterday I finished up the mess hall build here. I used the advice from Aegir. I used these desk corners to make little tables. This table has the desert insect terrarium in it, so you can eat and have a little show. I also have the food processor going here, and it's pumping out quite a bit of mammalian meat as the wolves die, and I collect the meat from them. But this is the mess hall so far. I hope you guys are liking it. I also worked on a few truffle lights so that right up until about right here, everything is still kind of bright and light, and you can see it. But once you leave that light, everything starts becoming dark again. What, the reactor test? No. She's the guinea pig. She's the guinea pig here. She doesn't know she is. Okay, she doesn't know when I'm going to be doing it. Unless you know a different guinea pig besides Skittles. Because, Deathwing there can, use his Christmas present early and he could join us. But yeah, I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to have to expand. I'm definitely going to have to expand the landing pad, because this ship alone takes up the entire fucking thing. So, I think I'll use those floor slabs, and I'll expand it this way. I'll leave a spot in the middle where I can do the conveyors, have it come out, and then have them come up. Which means I'm going to have to get rid of this tree. But yeah, I'm going to have to expand the landing pad just so I can, just so I can charge this thing up to go into space. Because I so much would like to go into space with this, because I think it's going to be really cool. So, we're going to keep on going here. He could be the plighted guinea pig. You spelled guinea pig wrong, you know that, right? Okay, for Christmas, I'm getting you a dictionary. I have them, I don't use them. Sure. Okay, so I'm also going to close up this area because everything needs to be airtight in order for it to work. Now, we're also going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on those. We're going to have materials from that start to get built right away. Yeah, I know you don't care. I do love these viewports, glass windows here. I absolutely love how I use them. Okay, this thing also has in it a survival kit. Because being trapped up in space, you want a survival kit with you so that, you don't end up getting killed a lot. But you know what? I have an idea. If this thing's going to take me into space a lot, why don't I put all that sun to use? We're going to, as soon as this works, we're going to place some algae farms. Because you know what? Fuck it. If I'm going up into space and I need food, you bet your ass I'm going to use all that sunlight to my advantage. So, we're going to have algae farms on the exterior of this a little bit. That way, we're always able to survive in space. It doesn't take much algae farms in order to, well, to be able to make you food, more or less. So, this may need a food processor as well. And maybe some extra lighting. Yeah, some of this is going to be extra lighting, so I'm going to go light. Ugh. And I'm going to use one of the inset lights here. Instead. So, we have that. Now, we need a connecting port to put in a food processor. Currently, there's a connecting port connecting this. They get turned into kelp crisp for a meal pack using a food processor. Question is, where do I put said food processor? I think I'll put it right there. So this thing will have everything I need to survive in space. I know kelp's not an algae. We're going off from King Software thought processes here. Can't always, go with their thought process much. Because it's not always going to make sense. So we're going to have to go up there, and we're going to turn that one to a curved. Turn that there, and we're going to go... You know what? In the end, we're going to go there. No, wrong one. We're going to go like that. Ta-da! Why would they get this wrong? Because a lot of the things because a lot of the details they don't care about, like there's not structural integrity in the game unless we're talking about the structural integrity to a point where a block breaks down or becomes disconnected. Otherwise, you can literally dig and tire the ground completely up, and it'll look like this. It still won't fall. Thank you, baby. I love you. Now, I gotta remember what's in my thing. Here we go. Last of the sci-fi thrusters and the batteries. Yeah, the sun revolves around us. He's right. Nothing matters after that fact. Hey, dear. How's your night going, man? Okay, right. All my thrusters are completely finished. So why was that still part of the build planner? Very confused by that. Okay, so I'm gonna dump all this in here. I'm gonna pull out whatever I can from there, and I'm gonna add. There was only 4 there. I need to add 2 more batteries to the build planner. Possibly. We'll find out. And then we're going to go from there. I'm doing pretty good. My fiance and I got our truck back from the shop today. Didn't cost nearly as much as we thought it was going to, but we also have some more things to fix, sadly. But hey, that's the way things go. There's nothing I can do much about it. And I'm working on finishing this build and getting all the batteries charged while trying to figure out a way I'm going to be able to hook this thing up to this base in order to have it fully charged with hydrogen and everything else. Yeah, it could be a lot worse. That is true. It could be a lot. It could be a lot worse. But right now, we're definitely going to want to get those rear brakes and the rear actual seals done before we go south for Christmas. Definitely want to get that done. We're going to come in here and we're going to finish up the batteries in here. Because, you know, batteries are so much fun. It's not going to be that bad. You're not going to be that bad at test subjects. It's only an arc reactor. I don't even know if I need to use uranium to power it. It might just make power on itself through the use of Clang. By the way, I saw your last few videos on Clang. Holy crap. I have no clue what Keen did, but it seems like Clang is now pissed off at everything. And it says the build planner's empty. Okay, so I gotta go and put that stuff back on the build planner. And I really need lights in here. I know. Alright, did I finish building that one? No, I did not. So that's becoming part of the build planner too. Alright, so I'm gonna come over here. Go back in there. The weird part is I'm building this with the idea of it being a long haul space like freighter, and all I wanted to do was move cargo from one base to another so I didn't have to waste anything. Funny how all that stuff works out. Alright, so we're going to get the rest of this stuff. Put more of the stuff in the production. Let's see here. And we're going to continue going back in here. I'm going to figure out some kind of lighting solution, possibly. It's dark in here. Doesn't really need much lighting, so an interior light could just do it. Wonder if the corner lights would work pretty good. Kind of give it a little bit of ambiance. Over here. Yeah, that should do it. Alright, so recharge my energy from here. And I forgot how slow survival kits are. And I'm going to come this way. And I'm going to withdraw that. Back this way. Finish up this little bit of this battery. What do I have left? Don't have everything for it, but I have close to enough. Oh, that one's finished, so no longer need to worry about that. Let's see, I need 6 of those. More than likely 6. There we go. And drew that stuff. does help light it up a little bit, but not by much. Like, it helps a little bit, but overall it doesn't help by much at all. And missing construction components for both of those, but that's okay. Now we're going to build that, and that. Yeah, got to put all that stuff back into there. I'm gonna go recharge everything real quick. So it means we're gonna have to head on back this way towards the lab again. There we go. Into the lab. Alright, Aegir. Talk to you later, man. Hey, before you go, I used your advice for the desk corners. It turned out really good. But have fun with your wife. Alright, so I'm going to come back over here. Components successfully withdrawn. So I can actually build part of this out here. The rest of the components are meant to be for the food processor that is inside. That sounds like thunder. No. No thunder right now. I don't need thunder right now. Alright, so let's check to see how these are doing. What, 2 days? Oh god. That's gonna take so long to recharge. Fucking hell. Alright, I'm gonna put that into the build planner. No, I don't want to be struck by lightning right now. Especially not since I'm building this and I'm starting to fill up the hydrogen tanks. I'm going to stick 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And the inset light there. Bonus put into production. Iron looks like it's doing alright. Let's check. So how much iron do I have? I have 70,000 iron. That's not bad. Not bad at all. I might be running low on everything else. That's the problem. Might have to go mining a bit. I haven't fully figured that out yet. Well, see, I still really like this build. I really like the bridge. I feel like I messed something up right there. Because I did. I messed up that entire sequence there. I'll have to fix that later. Alright, everything is withdrawn. We can start building these, the algae farms, which run off from sunlight. So, no need of any power. I used the wrong rounded armor panel. Instead of using the round armor corner, I used the round armor slope, which is not what I wanted to do. And sometime I'd actually would like to. I have an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. I am becoming very, very, very. What you call it? I have a inspiration. I'm gonna get rid of those grates on top of the assemblers, and I'm gonna go with these round corridors instead. Make it look like there's some kind of structure or ambience to the inside of the ship. Oh, excuse me. I did not mean to burp like that. Said everything. Oh, okay, here we go. There we go. Ooh. That lights that up nicely. Forget these small ass corner ones. I actually might put one of those in here. Holy crap. Alright, but yeah. Alright, so I am going to get rid of those grates. I think there's an excuse for you. Oh, well. Yeah, probably. Alright, so I like these grates at first, but I have a better idea. Alright, so there are these. Yes, it does. So there's these corridors. At times they can go narrow. I also have round ones. So, yeah. What if I use corridors instead? Probably still have to put a grate on that right there, but you know, it's whatever. I need interior plates. That's what I need. Well, I'm gonna take that. Come over here. And we're going to do a round corridor light here. We're going to do a round corridor T-junction here. That way everyone can still see outside the viewport, but it'll still be the same thing. We're going to do a round corridor X there. Which won't work because, okay, I only need one vent to keep everything pressurized. The vent is down there, so I can put one right on top of here and call it good. So, we're going to put a corridor X there, a transition there. Actually, no. Right there is going to be a light. And we're going to keep, and we are going to do a rounded corridor. We'll probably do, you know. Okay, we need to do a round corridor there. Boom, just like that. That way it's easily able to just walk straight through it. So we'll add all that to the build planner. And it should work. Because look at that. It's nice, cool. That it'll add like that type of ship thing that it needs the most. We also are going to add this neat little conveyor tube right there to the planner as well. Save time. And all that is going to take a little bit to do. How much nickel do I have left? Oh, plenty of nickel. That is for sure. 13,000 nickel. Yeah, definitely enough nickel for now. Yep, and these will be going through pretty quick. You, sir, are annoying. No. You get back here. Ladies and gentlemen, the wildlife of space engineers. For some reason, they're supposed to be like they're supposed to be a pain in the ass, but instead they are not. Okay, now that's fully hooked up. So whatever algae is created through here on this ship will get made. Yep, I was right. It is a thunderstorm. So far, we haven't had any problems. I hope it'll stay that way because I'm really enjoying this build. Okay, so there's the round T. Corridor light. I can turn that off now. And we'll just keep on going down. Ta-da! Just like that. Now, right. I need to look at something quick. What would that require? It sounds like one of the dogs just got vaporized. So I'm looking at these cargos because, well, frankly, I need to be able to see what's in my cargo containers and everything. So I'm looking at these terminals. And honestly, I might make take this out, and change it from an X to a cargo T, not a cargo T, a round T. That way you can still look out the window, but I can also place a cargo terminal there. Which means I'm going to have to take apart that and put a conveyor, not sorter, conveyor junction, or better yet, I can use the reinforced T junction here. And then I can place this one here. As you see, it has connectors at almost any port. I can place it there once I get more interior plates. Hopefully a lot of them, because everything I'm doing is requiring interior plates. Let's just grab some more. Is there anything out there? I haven't grabbed it. Woo, my energy's low. Oy vey. That interior turret is no joke. Look at that stuff. It just blew up whatever was right here. Wait a minute, what did it blow up? That stuff usually doesn't drop unless I'm taking it apart. I don't see anything, so let's go with that. But let's head back to the lab. And I will, once again, re-energize myself. Because sadly, unlike my inventory, I can't increase that to 4,000. We'll keep on going here. Alright. We're fully up there. We're going to eat a little bit of cooked mammal meats so we can get our food completely 100% again. And we're going to keep going up this over and over and over. The build planner is empty, so we're going to dive in here. But yeah, those lights are definitely helpful. Now, I'll do 7. And I'll place that there. I'll add that to the build planner. Hey, God, it's pop out. So, we're going to also do interior light in a couple places to add light so that we can see. Because seeing is good. Not seeing is bad. Can't do it in here because all this takes up all the space. Well, almost all the space anyway. Put one there. And yeah, I can't place it there. So we'll just have one there. It'll be alright. I'm keeping the doors open in case, you know, the freaking stupid things decide to, you know, drain the battery and then I can't get in. Good. Right there adds a bit more light to everything. We're also going to well, what you mean what happens? Still play for that. Oh, if the power goes out, if there's not enough power, I can't open and close these. I'd have to pretty much break it. That pretty much adds that amount of light, which is better than nothing, but frankly, I wish I had something more. So, we're going to try and place that instead, see how much light that gives. A lot better, but not too much. We're going to be running in the dark when it comes to that. But here, in this little space of ours, it's looking pretty good. So, need to grab the materials for that, and we can start welding up the rest of this stuff too. Now, for this, I'm going to go into production here because there are 2 assemblers and a survival kit. I'm going to queue help with that because this is going to be the main one. Food processor. I'm going to set this to 10,000 kelp crisps. That way, when the algae comes in, it automatically makes them over and over and over. But I'm going to go grab those parts quick. And on that note as well, I'm also going to put that there and that there. That way we have some light in the back of the ship. So I can also see where I'm backing up into. So, grab, to make more of that. I will add a few of those. I will take that. Thank you very much. I'll repair this. Oh, my foot's falling asleep. I need to move it. Come on, foot, wake up. Stick that in there, and that'll go towards the food processor. That's at the base, and it's going to be making more and more of the mail meat, which is good, because it's some of the best. Alright, we're going to withdraw all that stuff. I really don't need my lights on as soon as I enter this place. No. I'm not having my entire leg fall asleep. Thank you very much. Alright, so from here I should be able to see everything. Including the first cargo container that I did build, and ultimately I buried as well. So it also adds some more space. So now we have 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 80,000 liters of cargo that we can have, which is awesome. We also have two O2H2 generators. So all in all, it'll be pretty cool. So this is all set up and is ready to produce. Doug help Chris. And now all we gotta do is get a bunch of steel plates and finish welding everything else up. Because there's quite a bit of welding left to do. And we'll probably go through it a bit more and do a bit more, but for now, this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to actually keep a few construction components on me in case I want to add more lighting, because I more likely will add more lighting. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to correct a mistake I noticed. So we're going to find the round armor corner, and we're going to grind these down. Because the round armor corner, well, it should have, been like that going through. But it wasn't, so now it will be. And ta-da. It probably would have affected how I built the entire bridge a bit more if I had done it in the first place, but beggars can't be choosers, so I'm not going to complain too much about it. We're going to weld this stuff up. Get this thing completely pressurized. And I need more steel plates already. And I just heard somebody's phone go off. That was really loud, kind of made my ears ring a little bit. So I'm going to find the plate. Take as much as I can. I'm actually running out of steel plates here. I need more steel plates in production. So let's go a few thousand. Wait a minute. Arc fuel? Did I just see that right? Arc fuel. It does take uranium. Oh shit. How much do I have of that? Not enough, clearly. Oh boy. Alright, so I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna keep on finishing welding this stuff up too. Alright, so a few things that I was going to do, and I need to make space for now, is because I need both an antenna and an ore detector for this ship. And I'm going to go with the original ore detector as well, because frankly and honestly, it'll give me the most you know, range. But I now have to choose which antenna I want to go with. If I want to go with compact, or you know what, I could do that and kind of do it right up against there. Yeah, that would be cool. So let's go around and weld up the rest of these stuff that still needs to be welded up, and then we'll do the ore detector and the antenna next. And we'll fly over here. We're more or less just looking around, seeing if there's anything else that needs to be built. Honestly, I'm actually probably going to tear these apart, and I'm actually going to place them on top of here as another way of allowing it to have some sort of energy production on its own, or I might put it on the side here, kind of like wings. So I'm actually going to set that up right now. I don't know about you all, but I kind of like the colorful, colorful solar panels most. So I'll do that one that way. Boom. And, well, boom. Of course, that side's gonna have to wait a little bit until those are done fully. No, Henry's not bothering me. I believe that Henry's laying in his bed. Or in the kennel, anyway. So I'll put that right there. And yeah, and I need to move those out of the way so that I can put that one down to make it kind of equal and kind of make it look like it has wings. Because it kind of does a little bit, which is kind of cool. And it's not just kind of cool, it's really cool. Who am I kidding? So, now we're going to do parabolic antenna and the ore detector together. As well as we're going to do those. Put all those components to work. And just gotta wait for that stuff to get built, pretty much. And check out the notifications that are currently going off my phone. Get some liquids into me. Remember, kids, Drink water so you don't become dehydrated. Because dehydration's no fun. I'm gonna take the mammal meat from that wolf.
Energy low.
I'm gonna add it there. I'm not sure. It'll all depend on whether or not that feel away pheromone stuff that we got today is gonna calm him down at all. So far, it seems to be working for the most part, so we'll just have to wait and see. Nope, we're gonna come back this way, see what the freaking thing damaged. And we're gonna take a look in here. Is this the one I killed? No, that's the other one. We're gonna drop that meat into there. And we're still waiting for more stuff to be produced. So, I'm going to pretty much put on here what I can. And I'm going to do this. Okay. Think I have enough stuff to build this one over here too. Almost. Jeez Louise. And how come I can't withdraw those radio comps? Oh shit. Yep, it's because that's broken. Alright, so I'm going to put those components in the construction, and I'm going to move this lovely turret. It does come in handy, I will admit. But right now, it's needed more where it's not going to end up destroying all my conveyors. So, we're going to fix this problem right now. We're going to make it where the turret's going to hit something before it even gets inside, gets even close to the entrance and everything else. That way, I don't have to worry about it shooting downward and destroying everything. Now, we are going to withdraw the stuff we need to do everything else. We're going to focus on the repairs first and checking to see that the rest of this is within good repair. If it's not, I'm going to repair as much of it as I can. But if it's all still working, then cool. Just like that, That's all back up to 100%. Let's finish what we were doing here, including the antenna and the ore detector, which also includes you know, this. So, we're gonna finish those up. All components withdrawn. Sweet. Alright, so. Alright, so I've been able to see the sun through the ground here. It's right there. It's about to come over there. So this will be charging up as the sun hits it. And in space, the sun is always hitting. So it comes in handy. So I'll grab stuff for that, because I need to go and run out sooner or later. Stuff for that. And you know what? Yeah, I don't need to put that there. I already got it, so. So, I'm going to do what I can to make this as self-sufficient as I possibly can. So we're going to do that as well. That way it's always catching the sun, one way or the other. And yes, I will be getting rid of those two pretty soon. And ta-da, just like that. Now, as you can see, none of it's gone past those connectors. That means that those connectors are the last point I have to connect to. Which also means that it'll be easier for me to dock this thing onto a proper landing pad sooner. Now, this thing, as far as I can tell, is more or less done. I'm actually going to go in and I'm actually going to change the name of this thing to the Bucket. It shall henceforth be named the Bucket. It is one heavy motherfucker. I won't lie. Look at that kilograms. 487,224.80 kilograms. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough thrust to get it off the ground. But we'll find out later. But for now, we shall name it the Bucket. It will be called the Bucket. This entire ship takes 4,407 PCU on its own. I'm a little scared to know what the base takes. Let's check out the battery, see how it's doing one day. Holy crap. Excuse me. I have 10 thrusters. to make it go up. I'm still not sure if it's gonna be enough. Thank you, baby. I know you're proud of me. Thank you. So, I also want to add some lights to this because going into space, we're gonna need fucking lights. So, I'm thinking about adding lights. I'm not entirely sure yet, to be honest. But you know what? I think it'll fit nicely right there. Alright, so we're going to go right over here. Now these things are some bright ass lights. I think that'll work nicely for the most part. Alright, I'm going to tear these down now because I don't really need them. Kind of take it away from the aesthetic of the building. So there we go. And we'll get rid of that. Once more, we're going to even up everything. And it'll be the one that'll fit right there. Boom, right there. There we go. It's it looks kind of like a hunk of junk, and it is a hunk of junk. But you know what? It's my hunk of junk, and I like it. Which gives me an idea for over here. All right, so. Yes, I know they take it quite a bit of PCU, and I'm kind of running out by a lot. But, you know, it kind of works. Now, I'm actually curious about this. Welcome to Beta Site. Beta Site has 3 million triangles for drawing. Has 1,400 blocks, 950 non-armor blocks, and 8,472 PCU that it's taking up. Which doesn't seem like too much, but it's actually fairly huge. But would you look at that though? That is awesome being able to see that from in here. Now we're gonna project something. You know what? Let's project that. Nice looking little Valkyrie. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our ship. Now all we have to do is fill it full, and I mean full, of Crap. I just brain farted again. Ice. We need a shit ton of ice. And for that to do its job, I'm going to see what's in here. You know what? I have a shit ton of ice right here. Look at that. The engines look like they're ready to fire. But the tanks are probably not that full. Trust me on that one. They probably are not that full at all. So let's go into here. Let's go to tank. Ba, ba, ba. But yep, the tanks are filling up fairly nicely. We're not going to have an idea of how much exactly it's taking unless we look here at the cockpit. But in reality, I'm actually going to do this. Place one of these. I'm actually going to place a couple of them. If I had the construction components for it. Take that back, thank you very much. I'm going to add more of that and all that. Of course, that. Alright, so if we're wondering how much of any one thing we have, all we gotta do is one of the really good things about these is that it will actually show how much energy and hydrogen we have. So right now we're at 2. And the ice has pretty much been used up. So we'll go to tank. And it's at 2.3% on each of these, which means we're at 2, 4.6, 6.9, 8.11, or 9% hydrogen across that entire thing. But these are actually really cool because you can do a bunch of different data for it. There's target info, faction icon, vendor, weather, velocity, gravity, the whole works. Now, you can always see a lot of the weather stuff when you're in here as well, because it'll show it. Not to mention you'll be able to see it. But having one for weather, for when you're ready to leave, would be handy. So we're going to switch down this one to weather. Heavy fog right now, which makes sense. But yeah, that is that. Oof. It also comes in kind of handy if you want to place your quote-unquote mark on your ship. You can use the hollows to put your faction icon on the ship. But like I said, it's going to take a lot of ice. And I mean a lot. To fill up these tanks. Like, we're getting more oxygen out of it than we are hydrogen. But hydrogen is still going up. And it looks like all the thrusters are working, are connected, and would easily be able to move. Which is good. Which also means that the heavy fog is going to get in the way of the solar panels charging everything. Including the algae stations being used, which sucks, but it is what it is. So now we can also have sealed pressurization. I actually have another idea. Now, in case something goes awry and we have to go through depressurization, usually you always want to keep the cockpit pressurized, right? If I remember correctly, it's that. So I could make it where one of the pressurizations will go in to the cabin here by changing this into a T instead. So I'm going to go here, conveyor. So now, then we'll have it pointing down. We're going to need conveyor tube as well. So let's just do this. I'm gonna put that there, and that there. That way I can just pull what I need right now. Which of course means that I gotta produce more. Okay, let's check and see how the rest of this stuff's doing. Put this back in the proper shape. Yeah, don't mean to do that. Alright, so alright, so I'll do this again. Components were successfully put into production. Components were successfully withdrawn. Alright, so do a tube there. And we'll do a... We'll do that right there. So... got that going, and then we're going to use a vent, which I'm going to use the half one. I'm going to use the half air vents. Pull one of those into build planner so I can just take out all the materials already. So I can just go and build it because, you know, everything needs to be pressurized. It doesn't need to be pressurized while I'm here on Earth, but once I get up there, it'll definitely need to be pressurized. So we'll go click 7. And we're going to do that right there. That way it'll actually pressurize this room so that if I ever need to close these doors and that out there, that in there becomes depressurized, I'll still have air and I can take my helmet off while doing that. Now, I know it has enough stuff so I can refill all this stuff here. And I'll eat one of those. I'll eat one of those steaks. And keep transport, and I'll keep doing the stuff back and forth, I guess. Except for that's the last bit in there, I believe. You know, check. And that's the last bit out of there for the ice. So, I'm going to show you guys my idea here for getting all this ice. Honestly, it might not be a bad idea to put a hydrogen engine on here as well. That way we can stockpile a huge amount of ice and then use the engine to power up all the batteries. How are the batteries doing anyway? I need to check that. Nine days? 12 days, 12 days. Oh, fucking hell. It's getting the most optimal it can, yet the batteries are going to be charged in that amount of time. So I'm going to just hit recharge here. 4 days. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to explain my idea. So we are going to still use a modular thing for this, but we're going to turn it that way. And we are going to put a connector. I need a steel plate to connect that. We're going to put a connector right there. That way we can connect straight to the ship with all the ice. Of course, as always, I'm going to have to be careful about how much ice I pick up, because apparently if I go over 80,000 kilograms with this ship, it'll stop flying. Which does not make sense to me. But it's whatever. I might actually put a large thrusters on it. Put large atmospheric thrusters on it just because of the fact that we need more thrust. So, we're going to put 2 more large atmospheric thrusters on that, just so that we have more takeoff. And yeah, so we're going to... Alright, so we're going to have a new one for switch lock. It's currently unlocked. And we're going to go mine up some ice. Only to come back and, well, frankly, come back and refill that thing over and over. I might need to put more batteries on this thing, too. Just saying. So, and we're going to just start mining. We got quite a bit so far. Let's get a bit more. A little bit more. I just want to even stuff out there. So wait a minute, is this all full? Oh, that's going to be a problem. Okay, we're going to have to fix a problem right here, right now, while being here. Because apparently, that's near one of those is connected. Causes a problem because I need both of those to be connected in order to make my plan work. Launcher, cargo container. And a connector. Before I put the connector on, I'm going to hop in here, and I'm going to go down here. Actually, first, I need to weld it up. And then I got to make sure that I can put ice in it. Okay, good, I can. So, we're going to put the connector right there. Yeah, it's like one of my shows I like to watch says, "Life is problems. Living is solving problems." Right now, I'm solving quite a few. Switch lock to that. I should be able to back to mining some ice. There we go. That should be enough. More than right. Now turn the reverse thruster off. Reverse thrusters off for right now. We'll keep on going forward, slowly inching it inch by inch. Those large atmospheric thrusters, I'm glad I switched to them because, frankly, they are what is keeping me afloat right now. I'm actually not flying that quickly. No, it may seem like it. I am flying quickly enough. So, now the difficult part begins. Because I have to back up into that. And hit the mark correctly for connector points. So I'm going to try and aim for the one that's on the right there. By going fairly slow. Start out. Because we don't need any crashes here. Do not jinx me! There we go. I'm actually going to even it out a bit more if I can. And I'm going to attach it. And all the ice in the ship should leave. One would hope, anyway. So we're going to put that there. We're just going to keep piling in the ice. Let's see. All right, so it's going to keep on going and going and going there. Let's go H2. O2, H2 generators are full, for the most part. Blue. How are the batteries doing? It says they'll be fully recharged in 4 hours. How are these batteries doing now? 50 minutes to full depletion. So I have 6 small thrusters on the back of this ship to make it go forward. I think it's time to upgrade it a little bit and put 2 large thrusters to go forward. Because I have 2 large ones in the front. Did I just... I have two in the front that I believe are large, flat atmospheric thrusters. I believe it's time to put two large atmospheric thrusters on the back. So, to me, it doesn't really matter what it looks like, as long as it works. I am going to move it up a little bit here. Alright, so I'm going to do that so I can allow me to be able to go forward faster and to stop faster when I'm going in first. I also might, might add a few more, a couple more large ones going up as well, so I can haul even more. But for now, that's what I'm going to do for the pancake. Let's move on back to the ice because the last ship needs quite a bit of it. Yep, here. As you can see, we're going a lot faster than what we were before. A lot faster. And that's with an almost empty load. Well, practically is empty load anyway. It's getting tired of bumping forward like that. Now let's move it over to the side of it. Even with that full, almost all the other stuff full, still moving around pretty quick with just the thrusters I have currently. Definitely going to need more batteries on this thing if I keep putting more thrusters on it. I think I only have 2 batteries so far, so I'm definitely going to need more. Once again, I'm going to try and connect directly to the ship. Down a bit. Over a little bit, back a little bit, down a bit more. There we go. Now back to doing this. Filling those up, then we're going to go to the cargo here. And we're just going to dump everything we can into the cargo containers. We're going to unlock. And then we're going to dock, and I'm going to do a few more upgrades to my because this is literally my powerhouse for all my resource collecting. I'm going to go up here to my batteries, and they need recharge. There. Okay. So. Ooh, excuse me. We're going to put a few more batteries on. We're going to do battery there. Battery there. Battery there. Battery there. We're going to put quite a few batteries on here. Mostly due to the fact that this is requiring so much power now. And I need more steel plates. You know what? And six batteries should be sufficient. I hope anyway. If it's not going to be sufficient, we're going to be in trouble. Now, I'm also going to also place more batteries for this base here as well, because honestly, it needs more batteries. Let's take a quick breather right here as we stare into the insect terrarium. And I'm going to take a quick drink as all that stuff is currently being made. And it's more or less finished being made. But let's take a quick breather. Quick breather. A little snack to keep my blood sugar up. And then we'll get back to it. Insane amount of PCU. 12,227. Okay. So, it's too bad that the textures are glitching out so bad for this. Alright, so we are going to start grabbing everything we need. We're going to check on that thing's hydrogen situation soon. So let's get to it. And right about there is where I start to run out of resources because I don't have everything I need. Alright, so we'll try and grab the rest of that. And ta-da! We now have 6 more batteries to add to the Fuggler's battery system, which should give it more power. I am hoping. So we are going to. Yeah, we're going to go into here. And we're going to hit auto. We're going to unlock. And we're going to go back to here. We're going to delete this group. Go here to here. Well, let's just go Pancake, because that's this ship's name. It's Pancake Batteries. Battery. Then I'll reconnect it. We'll go up here to Pancake Battery, and we'll start a recharge. I'll be fully recharged 13 minutes, which is very good. We're actually going to put it on auto because I want to golf 2 hours. Roughly about 2 hours, this thing will be doing all sorts of things. So, now we're going to recharge those, and in the end, because of how much stuff I want to start bringing up on mining, I am going to add more rust. I'm going to try and add it where it's kind of out of the way for everything, but there's no promise. So I'm going to add that there. That there. Ooh. Try not to fall. We're going to add those components to the build planner. And that should give us enough thrust to be able to haul quite a bit. To a point where it's all, full. But today is, as I said before, we're going to be upgrading a lot of things. We're going to for the human element base build and finishing up building this thing. So with those thrusters now built for that, let's get in here and check out, see how much hydrogen it has. 31%, that's not bad. The question is, how much ice is there? It has quite a bit of food coming in too. It still has near 30,000 ice, which is pretty good. So we're going to go to tanks here. Okay, each tank is 31% full. So that once that hydrogen meter hits 100%, that means we're going to have 4. Actually, not very good with these numbers, so that'll be 4 million liters of hydrogen. That should get us into space and back out of space pretty easily. So let's also check the oxygen tanks, because, yeah, the oxygen tanks are completely full. At 100,000 liters of oxygen per tank. Well, actually, we're going to turn this one off so I can just. Yeah, 1 million hydrogen per tank. We have 4 tanks, which means we're going to have 4 million hydrogen. And after that, we can literally go from there. So, how are the solar panels doing? Negligible for how much it's doing. But yeah, those hydrogen tanks are filling up pretty quick. Doing pretty good. So, yeah. I'm thinking about taking one of these interior tanks off, putting in a hydrogen engine. That way, once I get a shit ton of that way, as soon as I get a shit ton of ice all saved up, I can plop this on, it'll recharge batteries, and I can turn it on and off as needed. But it's a good thing to have when you have a shit ton of ice around. So yeah, there is that. Otherwise, this thing is filling up pretty good. And I could probably go into space right now with the ice we have, but I want more, or especially for later. And I'm going to clear out some stuff. I'm going to want... I'm probably going to want a camera. Better yet... really think about changing one of these into that engine. The engine bay right there. Damn. Alright, think about putting conveyor junction right there. And then having the hydrogen engine like right here on top. And I'll have the hydrogen engine right up front. Add that to the build as well. All stuff successfully withdrawn, and of course, until the hydrogen tanks are fully filled, I'm actually not going to use this. So they are. I have a huge offset of hydrogen. That way, I can conserve ice. So I'm going to go into here and go like that. I'm actually going to see what that did for the batteries. So that'll be something for when the hydrogen tanks are completely full. Then I'll turn that on. Thanks, baby. Getting close to being 40%. Sweet. Those are giving off the maximum charge they can. Side ones aren't doing so good, but top ones right now are doing phenomenal. Actually, let's see. How are these doing? And let's see how the wind turbines are doing. Wind turbines are giving off the best they can give. For right now. Okay, gonna change some settings here. I'm actually just about to install. I think I'm installing a mod that'll kick or detecting up to 1,000 meters. That way I can see farther what's around. Or, you know what? I'm gonna save it right here. And I'm actually gonna go and I'm gonna get that mod. That way I can put it out farther. Not to mention it's about the time I usually stretch, but you know what? I'm not stretching yet. We're going to go in here in the settings, then we're going to go do that. We're going to browse the workshop. We're going to go into ore. We're going to do 500 to 1,000 range there. We're going to close that. Do okay. We're going to come back. We're going to see how those mods deal with the game. And we're going to wait and see what happens. Because I don't have any scripted mods as far as I know. And now we just wait for it to load. It's going to take a little bit. So if y'all need to grab something to eat, snack, a drink, medicine, whatever you guys need to do it now. Yeah, just keep on waiting and waiting and waiting over and over and over. While waiting for this to load, because it's going to take a while, I'm going to answer some texts that I got a while ago. Yeah, loading, 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 loading. Loading, loading, loading. Hey, it's up to 80%. Holy crap. 90! It left 20%. Yay! Well, that was an interesting noise. Alright, so, whoa! Okay, I love that colored HUD. That is so cool right on the edge there. That's so cool. I love that mod now. Alright, good. So, we're gonna go to the ore detector. And it should have pushed it out to 1,000. I don't know why it didn't. Unless I have to use a specific ore detector. It looks like that one. Okay. But yeah, I'm really liking the the new HUD I chose, because it's pretty damn cool. Now, I just got to figure out where my hunger bar is at. But I think it's that line right there. I think it's that bar right there. That green bar, right below my health. Or I'm just gonna have to guess from now on. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so my phone went off. Why did my phone go? Alright, so... Alright. Eee! What the hell was that? Oh, I had my jets on. I didn't realize I had my jets on. And my dampeners were off. Crap. Okay, so... We've upgraded the Pancake. It has a lot more battery, a lot more storage, a lot more thrust power. Let's go take it for a spin, shall we? Of course, it'll be to go get more ice. Because, excuse me, currently that's the main component that we need right now. Oh yeah, it changed everything around. That mod did. Now my speed's on the right side next to the power and hydrogen stuff. That's so cool. Alright, we need to slow down. Hold on, wait a minute. We got roughly about 3 hours flight time, give or take. More if we're not using our thrusters. Yes, 16 to 18 hours if we're not using our thrusters for flight time in the batteries, which is awesome. But we need more. Honestly, we just need more ice. That's all we need. Is just more ice. So that's what I'm going to concentrate on getting right now. I'm very much going to concentrate on filling up my entire ship and then transporting it back. Because I'm going to put this thing through its paces. So how much is in here? Too much to the point where if I'm angled, I'm going either forwards or backwards. Got it. Alright, so we're just going to do a tiny little flight through here. No big deal. Do not say that. Do not jinx me. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my friends just said tiny little flight towards big disaster. He just fucking jinxed me. Especially since I am not slowing down. I'm having to avoid that. Oh, I hit a wrong button. That's the reason why I kept going out of control like that. That makes sense. I hit the button where it doesn't override for it, and it pretty much pulls me forward at whatever I'm going at. Doesn't really give me a chance to slow down. Apparently that's been on for a little bit. Whoops.
Disaster averted.
Right now. I need to line up just right to this thing, so I can unload the rest of this ice. Okay, so we're gonna go to the ship there. We're gonna go. Let's just do cargo terminal, and I'm gonna unload all the ice that I have right there. Boom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, so. That's all done. And we're going to hook that up, and we're going to charge the pancakes batteries so that they are completely recharged. Now, it won't take long because, you know, they're practically already almost charged anyway. So, yeah. Meantime, let's take a little bit of break from all these builds and everything, and let's fly a ship we haven't flown yet. Never mind, it got struck by lightning. The entire thing got struck by lightning. I wonder if it can even still fly. That is a no. My little exploration ship here is dead in the water. Mostly because I forgot to turn the batteries on. Whoops. But even still, it's dead in the water. There's no way I can get this thing off the ground. So yeah, we're just going to turn that off. That'll have to be another time. The lightning struck it. Damn. Dead in the water. That sucks. Okay. So. But I'm going to go right up to here. Or I have it installed where it would go, should go 1,000 meters. For some reason, it's not going beyond 500, which doesn't make sense. Oh well, what can you do? Am I right? So, let's just get back to doing this whole entire build. I'm gonna drop in here because that stuff needs to charge up. And we're gonna go in here. Now, I put a interior turret out here because this is where most of the wolves are coming in. Frankly, I'd rather hit them when they're out here than have anything exploded. Now, we have some more batteries here that we're going to build up. So frankly, we need it. Now, these batteries fully recharged in 2-3 hours, which is nice, which is good. Those aren't bringing in that much. But on another note, I'm also going to save Skittles the pain of this experiment, and I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to build one of these right now. It'll be near the end of all this stuff, but I'd rather get it built. So I'm going to change this corner block here into a conveyor junction. And I keep seeing this come up whenever I think conveyor junction. What is this? There. Cool, I guess. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this. As well. So those are going to get put into production. And sadly, I still need more inventory space. No matter what I do, I never have enough. But you know what? That's okay. Alright, so that's full. And I'm going to withdraw as much as I can. How long until that's fully recharged? 10 hours until that one's fully recharged. You know, it's been a little while since I've walked the catwalk that I built. Specifically, so I can come up here and build this stuff. And I need to put power saving modules in yield on this one. Alright, so we're going to go and we're going to continue building up these lovely batteries. And I'm going to just keep on building these up, and then I'll work on the arc reactor, and then, well, let's just say pretty soon I'm going to have to really start digging a bunch of stone so I can get a bunch of uranium, because the arc reactor works off from arc fuel, which takes 3 uranium per fuel. And I can get small amounts from stone. I don't know why. I don't know what mod I have installed that does that. For some reason, that's it. It's part of the reason why I'm trying to get into space, because Space is where you find uranium the most. And also the reason why I want more of a farther reaching ore detector, because the one I have on consoles goes out to 5 kilometers, which is a huge thing. But I can only go 500 meters here on consoles, not on PC. PC I can go up to 5 kilometers or more. On consoles, not so much. So, I need to figure out some way to have the ore detectors work farther, but I don't. And it's something I'm gonna have to figure out. But for now, we're gonna keep on building. And building. And building. Oh my god, no. I need to go mining for iron before I can finish this thing. I'm gonna need iron, I'm gonna need gravel, I'm gonna need everything. I'm mining my ever-living head off right now. Just to build an arc reactor, you need 140,000 iron ignites. It's way above anything that I have right now. So we're going to go mine up as much iron as we can, and stone, and keep on going. Excuse me. And I know where a pretty good iron deposit is at as well. It's right over here. Yeah, I've been munching on kisses to Hershey Kisses to avoid that. Alright, so I'm actually going to group my drills together. That way I can just hit a button and just keep going. Because frankly, right now, I don't feel like holding down the, button. Kind of, yeah. Okay, so trying to right myself here. That's a shit ton of iron. That's alright. I'm in lunch on pieces. I'm good till supper, for the most part. Yeah. Alright, so go into here. That. Do the ore. I need to find the cargo container for the base. That has all the ore in it. There we go. It's going all right there. Now let's check out the refineries. I'm sorry guys, I'm not going to do the arc reactor right now. That's going to take up too much of everything. It'd almost be cheaper for me to just do a regular reactor rather than arc. Which building a reactor would be smart. But I need steel plates for that. I'm alright. I'm okay, I just... I love you too, baby. I'm okay, I'm just... That reactor was gonna take... That arc reactor was just gonna take up too much shit. As it's shown, it did take up a lot of shit. Too many components. I'll just say that. Too many components. Yeah, I'm alright. Where are the rest of these components? Alright, so I'm going to place a large warfare reactor instead, which I hope isn't going to take as much stuff. Good night. I've got to take the reactor, the arc reactor. Good night, that leg. Let's give it a second to think. Let's go out here. We're going to get rid of those two. We're only going to put in production what we need. What takes gravel? Oh, reactor components take gravel. Really? I actually did not know that. Alright, so. Yeah, this is one I'm gonna be able to climb all over. So, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna wait on that. I'm gonna take 20 of those, and I'm gonna go refill the interior turret out here. Not withdraw the reactor components yet. Which kinda sucks, but oh well. Are reactor components the only thing I have left? I think it is the only thing I've got left. Why can't I withdraw the reactor components? Right, that's the main thing that we're waiting to finish. We don't need any of the rest of the stuff. So, that's gonna take a little while to do. How slow are reactor components to make? Even with speed modules, it's taking a while. Well, it's also looking like I got plenty of gravel. Well, I really don't have to worry about that too much. I can start putting on more reactor components here. Okay, I'm gonna need a few construction components here because while that's doing all that, I'm going to do a few other things. Okay, let's try this. Alright, there we go. So, yeah, it'll just come down here and I can go straight up to this. Which honestly I think it's pretty cool. But that's just me. Yeah. Still got a lot of those to go through. Holy crap. Okay, let's take a look at how much hydrogen this thing's got now. And how much charge. Why are the lights out? Why is everything out? There we go. 71% for hydrogen. How much ice is left, though? I know you are, baby. I appreciate it. So let's take a look at this. It's still going up and up and up. Holy crap. Alright. Yeah, I can see that spog. All right. Let's go get more ice. And we're mining up more ice, and more, and more, and more. How much is full? Just those two compartments so far? No? That's one hell of a view. I'm gonna overshoot it, but that's okay. I'd rather overshoot it than crash. Plus, you can always come back around, go back around, you know? As heavy as I am right now, I'm having to pull out a lot of tricks here. This is a lot of ice. Yes, I'm having fun. Are you having fun, baby? I love you. Alright, there we go. And connected. Let's go just terminal. Just unload all the ice there. And disconnect. That's good. My baby. Alright. We're going back into here. And we're just going to keep on mining up a bunch of iron and stone because we're going to need a lot of that. We're going to need a lot of silicone and nickel, gravel. So we're actually going to stop right there with the iron. We're actually going to go up a bit. We're actually going to start digging in to actual stone. Because we're going to need a lot of gravel. Believe it or not, gravel is useful for making reactor stuff. Quite a bit of iron and stone. Probably more than enough for right now. So, we'll get turned around here. Shape. We'll get up a bit higher. And we'll head towards this place. And connect to there. We're pretty much just going to have everything that is in here get dropped into there. Which in all honesty is a lot of stuff. That's okay. Let's see how well those one pieces are being produced. Looks like it's done. Still missing that many. How much silver do we have? Is that all we have for silver? Yes, it is. So we're going to have to make a run for silver. As soon as I get done putting these components into this unfinished reactor, we're gonna have to make a serious run to get some silver. Thankfully, I know where to go. It's gonna be a bit of a flight, but you know, it'll be worth it. At least this time when I'm going, I won't be driving. And almost crashed several times. So, alright, so I believe AG is for silver. So that's what we're going to be going towards. We're going to kick autopilot into gear here. And we'll do a nice little journey towards the silver. Actually, I need to slow down quick so I can check something. Did I ever put in? No, I did not. I need to put in ore detector on this ship as well. Yep, here we go. But you know what? It's a beautiful night for a flight. Even if we are going fairly slow. Look at that. Beautiful. We're roughly just under 2 kilometers away, cruising at about 30 meters a second, picking up speed. Excuse me, we should be there fairly soon. Look at that view. Definitely look at that view. I can't wait to get up there. Okay, so the silver should be around here somewhere. I probably marked it right there. So yep, silver right there. And we're just digging for silver. We're digging all the time. All the time. All the time. We are just freaking digging. Right there. It's way down here. Not even fucking past it. Oh yeah, there it is. I got a ways to go, so I'm actually going to back out of the current hole I'm making. And I'm going to try a different tactic. Jesus. Oh, nothing's damaged. Okay. Okay, I have no clue what's going on back here. Oy vey! It's going. It's neither going good nor bad. Alright. Actually, I'm gonna go all the way down here. I'm making a new GPS signal right here. That way I can see it in my ship because I do not have enough ore detector on. I forgot that on this build. So I have something to aim for. Yeah. Is there anything in here? Nope. I'm gonna have to go through this again with my hand drill just to smooth this out so I can easily get out of here without bumping anything too badly. Alright, so. A little more than that. Alright, so I'm gonna spruce up the ceiling of this little mine here so that I stop hitting all this shit. And I'm also gonna do the bottom too because there's an entire ridge here, which is not good. Oh, I got a scratching itch. Okay, so this ridge going down, I'm gonna have to mine it. I'm gonna have to get rid of most of it. Because believe it or not, this ridge will hurt those connectors. And I need to find out a better way to do this so I can not have so much stuff in the middle almost being wasted without being mined. So, first we need to focus on getting silver. So we've mined all the way down here. Now, hop back in here, move forward, and we'll start mining up a bunch of silver. It's gonna take a while. She got hurt. Well, it's good to know that we're getting more silver than we are stone, but we're pretty much stuck here only mining for a little while because I want to get quite a bit more than what we got in the inventory right now before we stop. Because right now we're barely over 63,000 kilograms. And the ship itself is 57. So, back up a bit. Move some stuff over. Yeah, now we're getting into the point where the stone is outdoing the silver. Get a little bit more here, and then I'll work on backing us out of here. There. Alright, so we are now out of that. Let's get some decent height above the treetops and head towards home. Would you look at that horizon? That's still so beautiful. Like, look at that. I don't know about any of you, but I find a night sky very beautiful in real life and in this game. That's just beautiful to see. Alright. So we're roughly about 3 kilometers. Less than 3 kilometers. Almost less than 2 kilometers away from the beta site. Start slowing down here soon. Right about... I'll start slowing down. That way I don't overshoot and I don't run into anything. Honestly, if I wasn't going to be able to stop and I was about to hit that tower, I was just going to hit my up thrusters and just go up in the freaking space until I slowed down. Which atmospheric thrusters will take you up all the way until the all the way up until you run out of atmosphere, then they don't work no more. Yeah, it's still going good. Let's see, we're going to connect that. And refinery. I believe I just got the last things for the rest of it. Okay. Honestly, it's probably one of the most annoying things I've ever done or gone through, you know? Anyway. Okay, so continuing on, we're going to put more stuff on here. Use that up. Now, with the fact that we have the reactor components being built right now, we actually cannot actually work on any of our building project until the reactor is done. So, the plan is probably to just go out mining more, or more or less just go for a flight, pretty much. I'm actually going to check how the spaceship is doing, hydrogen-wise. Because it should be getting pretty close to full. Now, how'd it go down? That's why. Turn it off though. Okay, so still gonna take a day for the batteries recharge though. Despite the fact that the hydrogen engine there was running for a while. Okay. I don't know what fluke caused all that to happen, but oh well. So we're gonna come in here so I can get completely recharged. Clear that out. Bring this up to here. Oh, me. Okay. Sorry, I had to lean back and stretch out again. All right, let's check and see how those reactors are coming along for building. How much gravel do we have? We should have a lot more than what we got, but who knows? We should have more than enough gravel. It's the silver that I'm worried about. And I'll keep pretty much destroying the dense things because we're not going to need it. So, let's go back out and let's go and find some more stuff. Because I'd really love to put an ore detector on this thing, but that would require taking resources away from the reactor components. So that's going to have to wait. So for now, let's set cruising speed. And let's go dig up some gold. Since we got a bunch of silver, let's go dig up a bunch of gold. Honestly, I wish my other ship wouldn't have gotten hit by lightning. I could have kept it because, frankly, if I could have kept it going, I would have gone for just like a night flight, just to, kind of show off everything. It's getting a little low to the ground. Going up, up. We're going up, and we're coming to a stop. Whew, that was scary. Not gonna lie, that was scary. I actually overshot it by 500 meters. It's crazy. Yep, that sounds about right. I placed the marker originally above ground because I had to dig so far down. So, we're gonna delete that one, and we're gonna delete this one. New from my current position. A, U. We're gonna go yellow. For gold. Always visible. That way I have a reference to know how far down I have to dig. But you know, I'm mostly just doing this because I just like flying around. I actually don't need gold right now. I'm just trying to buy time because those are taking so long to build. So in reality, let's just go get some ice because that'll be the easiest. Actually, let's see how far up we can go with this. Before we start losing power. Because currently we're going 139 meters a second, which is pretty great. Usually gotta go about 45,000 meters in order to get outside the gravity bubble before you get pulled back down. But atmospheric thrusters only work in gravity, not gravity, in the atmosphere, so I'm wondering how far up I can go before they quit. There we go. 8,000 meters. That's where they start quitting. We want to go that way, please and thank you. So about 8,500 meters, 8,200, it quits. The atmospheric thrusters do. And then about 92,000, you start falling back into Earth. And yes, I do realize people will call me crazy for pulling this a stunt like this. I think it's fun. From the moment I turn my power back on to when I stopped was about 1,000 meters, going at about 135 meters a second. So let's just let gravity do all the work to bring us back down. So let's just head on our way down our own way. Let's kick on the autopilot. Let's call it good. Alright, so we'll start going this way. I cut the reverse thrusters because, frankly, I don't need them right now. Not yet. I'll fall down a little bit more. And that's how you fly, for the most part. But yeah, 8,200 meters is where the thrusters cut out. It's pretty cool that we were able to figure that out. Where have I been mining at before around here? I know it's around here somewhere. Or am I in a completely different lake? Yeah, well, it's a different lake. Same ice. It still needs to go into my thing. You know what? I'm gonna give myself a little bit of starting room to start with by digging that out, so I can just go in like this. Alright, time to fill this puppy up. Let's dig a little bit more forward. I love you too, baby. How much ice is that? That is quite a bit of ice. Alright, time to head back to the beta site. And let's autopilot. Okay, we'll hit the override button, which will make us start going forward on its own. Which in the end, actually saves us power. We'll cut down the override a little bit more so that we're not getting speed as quickly, especially since we don't want to hit anything. Ba 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 da. And we'll squeeze on past that. We'll have the forward thrusters. Help stop with that. Okay. Alright, so we'll latch onto there. Once again, like last time, we'll go to cargo terminal, go to here, and we'll just drop it all, which is roughly over 40,000 for that. And we're just gonna head back. I knew I had a thing I was digging out before, but now I really know I have one that I was digging out before. we're just gonna start digging here. Give them out. And we're just going to keep on mining a bunch of ice. That's mostly what this is going to turn into today, is just a lot of mining. And then again, that's Space Engineers for you. It's a shit ton of mining. Right about there, we're at the good enough number. So we'll turn it around. And we'll start head back. Sean, you look confused. Yes, I'm still having fun, baby. Start slowing down because we're getting pretty damn close. There we go. And do that. Type in terminal once again, and we'll just drop it in there. That should be that. That should be that for that one. Let's go see how the assemblers did with all the other stuff. Jeez, oh please. Is that thing going off again? I apologize everyone, this is a sound glitch. It's H2. So I apologize for that, everybody. I didn't think it was gonna sound glitch that hard, but holy crap. Well, we're 76% full of hydrogen, which is very good. Alright, so the only thing that's really concerning right now is the fact that the batteries need to be charged in this thing. It's kind of the reason why I'm trying to build a reactor, the large one anyway, so I can plug it in and have it be recharged really quickly. Especially since those are taking so fucking long to freaking make. I should have just went with a small one. But you know what? Oh well. Okay, so it's still going through all that. So let's just hop back in the miner and go back at it. Okay, let's see here. Get straighten it out, and we'll just start going at this. I didn't realize magnesium weighed that much. Holy crap. Yeah, that doesn't weigh that much. It's very pretty, baby.
You have a chip screen?
No?
Oh.
Well, you mean that thing in the middle?
Yep.
It's the horizon marker.
Kitty. Where's your cat?
I don't know.
He normally comes running for his food.
There he is.
Come cat. Oh, it took you long enough sleeping today.
He had a very eventful day. Alright, so we'll hook that up right there, because that's a lot of magnesium and stone. And yeah! Would you look at that? That's a lot of sun. And I got a feeling that this thing is still trying to finish building this. And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, a large warfare reactor. It puts out 195.44 megawatts. Which means the batteries are going to be done, getting fully charged in like 2 minutes. Which means we can stop making reactor components, which is great. But yes, we are now done with the fusion reactor. Question is, do we have enough uranium for it? No, that's all the uranium I have. And max output is 300 megawatts. It's only doing 195. So right now, we're going to turn that off. Because right now we don't need it. But we built a reactor. Which is awesome. But we still need a shit ton more uranium. Which means that I should probably... Hey, look at that. I can now do warheads and explosive barrels. And what did my baby say? Thank you, baby. But I don't always feel amazing. Which means that we can now make warheads, which is awesome. But yeah, we have made a small reactor. And this ship is still charging. So, it's getting pretty close to that time. I know it's not 10 o'clock yet, but more or less, a lot of what's happening is I need to let this stuff charge a lot. Because right now, it's going to take several hours for these batteries to be finished charging. So tomorrow we'll be working on expanding the landing platform in order to hook up to this in order to charge everything, including the jump drive, which will take a while. I believe that just told me a thunderstorm's happening. Yep. I believe that just hit something over here again. And I also, on my own time, might take a crack and getting this all fixed up so I can go flying. Ugh. But I do hope you all enjoyed the stream. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe. And I will catch you guys in the next one, which will be on Friday. Tomorrow's my day off. It's family game night. I'll catch you at Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll see you there.